happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially when you got a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's
Visit Canada, land of beauty and home to countless vanishing wonders. Affordable housing, the green belt, the news, honest prices, honesty in general, and of course, trees that aren't on fucking fire. It's also home to an array of dangerous parasites. A message from the Government of Canada. Hello, you probably know us as the peaceful, polite, nature-loving country with the woke babe PM and the friendly horsey police. But actually, as Bay said,
Canada is a major oil and gas producing country.
And if you get between us and the oil and gas, we'll politely kick your fucking door in.
Breaking down the door.
Any questions? Good. Now please rise for our national anthem.
Just go for it, are you, bud? Just go for it.
As you know, we're experiencing the worst fires in our history. But rest assured, we're searching for the arsonists. And when we find them, we'll give them billions in subsidies. We know who they are. Some of us even work for them. What's that? You thought our job was to keep Canadians safe? Aw, sweetie. Our job's to keep them safe from Canadians. Our prime marketer doesn't even try to hide it. Like that time he declared a climate emergency and then approved an oil pipeline the very next day. Cool and normal. A message from the government of British Columbia. Visit BC, home to yep another pipeline. Introducing the Coastal GasLink. If completed, it'll carry fracked gas from the Montney Play to the coast so that a bunch of foreign companies can export it and make a lot of the ching-ching. Don't worry, BC will earn billions in revenue too, which once you subtract the billions of subsidies we gave those guys to build it, comes to approximately... fuck all, eh? Is it safe? Of course not. Here's a destroyed wetland, because going around it would have cost a bit more. Here's a salmon stream nuked by a landslide. And here's our regulator giving zero fucks because it's been captured by the gas industry. Will it cause emissions? Put it this way, this is the tar sands, and this is the Montney Play, Canada's largest carbon bomb. Are we insane? Absolutely. That's why we've already approved 3 more pipelines here once Coastal GasLink is completed. The only thing standing in the way of this massive fuck you to every living thing on the planet is a sovereign First Nation that has the temerity to still exist, the Wet'suwet'en. They've told Coastal GasLink to piss off, because this is their Yintah, their land, which is completely and utterly, true, according to our own Supreme Court. But don't worry, Bay is committed to reconciliation. Unless it clashes with his holidays, of course. And nothing says reconciliation like raids, constant surveillance, harassment, and threats. Relax, it's not like we're waging a war on the Wet'suwet'en. We've outsourced that role to a message from the U.S. Army. Did you know that before serving as CIA director and getting his ass fired for boning his biographer, this 4-star Army general wrote our field manual for how to wage war on local populations? We used it in Iraq and Afghanistan. So when this Wall Street firm, which owns Coastal GasLink, hired Dave to run their internal CIA, he said, hey, I'm a massive piece of shit. Let's use those same tactics against this peaceful sovereign nation defending its lands. Tactics like buying off band councils to get their consent. As Dave said, money is ammunition. Delegitimizing those who can't be bought off. Props to BC's court for helping with that. And most importantly, get local forces to do the fighting. To put a friendly face on a foreign campaign. And who better than Canada's friendly horsey police? Except now they look like this. Meet their commander, whose previous job was running similar ops in Afghanistan. Yep, under General Petraeus. And lastly, kicking in their door and dragging people off their lands. By the way, no conflict of interest with the Mounties Pension Fund having millions invested in this pipeline. Coastal GasLink. And that's how you make Canadians subsidize a pipeline through unceded Indigenous territory in the midst of a climate emergency, all for the profit of foreign corporations and a Wall Street warlord. Canada. Enjoy your visit, and remember, you too can support this shit fuckery by continuing to do business with these banks who are funding it. Whatever you do, don't support the Wet'suwet'en at yintaaccess.com and unastoten.cam. Visit Canada. P.S. We're also arming the Saudis. A message from the government of...
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Are we back? I don't see us up there. Where are we?
I don't know. Where are we?
Oh, there you are. Shanda, welcome home.
Yay! I'm back. I'm back, bitches. I'm back. And I'm hitting the ground running. And what did I miss this week? A whole lot of shit show, it seems like, Oz.
Boy. Oh, my God. It's been insane-o week here on the farm.
I see that.
Oh, it's been crazy. Hey, everybody in the chat. Gamer, Kurt Boss, Mastermind Hour, Popeye the Sailor Man, Robert Templeton, Sean Miller, Jax. Hey, Jax, what's going on, Jax? Oh, my God, Midnight Karma. Who else we got in here? We got Natalie. Hey, Natalie, Comrade Kitty. God, there's so many people in here. I'm losing
I know
track.
We need to give out some wrenches too. It looks like
Croaky. What's going on, Croaky? Rick Solis, Jilly Love. God, I'm having to scroll back. You got the Rockfin there, Steve Wolfbrandt.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all the chats brought up because we're on Rockfin, Rumble, X, and Kick and Twitch. Twitch.
Yep.
Hey, Rockfin, what's up? I see Jim's hanging out. Ronnie Graham's in the house. Crone of Heresy, good to see you. Kate always holding down the chat for us. Lizzie, I wore my free Assange hoodie while I was out vacationing. You'd be proud. Who else is there? Popeye the Sailor. Yeah, that's Lou. There's more. Copeland Morris is hanging out over there too. There's more. They're just now starting to come in. Welcome. It's Saturday night. Everybody told me how bored they were last Saturday, Oz, including you.
Oh boy, yeah, I was bored. I felt like I had a chunk of my brain somewhere missing. So it was really rough not spending our Saturday evening together. Shanda, how long have we been doing this?
Over 3 years now. So every Saturday, and we've taken very few Saturdays off. I mean, small handful every year.
Small handful. I want to say hi to everybody on the Rumble and the Kick and the Twitch and the Twitter. If we didn't get that in, I think you got that in there. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. Let me see.
Hey, Gamer. Hey, Jilly.
I've seen all of our sisters and brothers. We were talking about how we don't have billions of people.
IQ bunnies.
But the people we have are the best. You guys,
Right. We don't have a huge audience. I mean, I'm so proud of so many of our friends out there that are growing, like Heartlands Media and Kit. He's finally starting to get some attention and his numbers are growing. Yep. And I'm so proud of him. I remember running into Kit on the ground in 2017. He was just an independent media person. So it makes me so proud to see all these groups. But you're right. Our group is the most dedicated. Like, we're a community here, right?
Yes, we are. And if you don't see your name, if you're a Patreon and you don't see your name down here in the ticker, send us an email and say, get your shit together.
We're fixing stuff. It's fall. We're switching the decks over. So tell us now so we can get the graphics fixed.
Yeah, we're going to go into the world of AI here starting next month. So we're going to be adding some new bling to our show. But we want to remind everybody that this show is satire. And if I can get it to come over.
Sometimes it's Bummerville, man.
Yeah, I know. It does get to be Bummerville once in a while, but
it's really just the times we find ourselves.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Shanda's gonna, hit me in the head with a funny bucket or something, so I can be more funny. It's just everything's so shitty and crazy out there. I don't know what to say anymore. So it's just one of those.
My internet's dragging tonight, so if I seem like I'm stoned, but it's my internet.
And here's our Patreon. If you guys are interested, throw us I don't know what do we have? $3, $5, $20? God, that's high.
We love our Patreons. Thank you
Oh,
guys
yeah, we
so
do.
much. Our Patreons keep us going. They pay the bills for a bunch of our streaming services. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are why we're still here.
Yep, and that is why we have the graphics we do, because we do.
Oh, you know what? If you skip over 9, because we're not doing PayPal anymore. I gave PayPal, or was it PayPal? Who'd I give the boot? Oh, yeah, we do PayPal. Oh, GoFundMe. I gave GoFundMe the boot, so I pulled it off that card.
Yeah, we got.
That's why I replaced it with that.
Yeah, we got PayPal.
Fuck
but
GoFundMe.
They're as bad. You know, we need.
They're next. They're next. I'm telling you. GoFundMe was on my hit list for a long time, and then they, kept pulling crap. And PayPal's pulled some crap over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they have. They've refused to give funds and all that other stuff too. So, what are we?
I sure hope the stream is going out better than what I'm seeing, because I am totally locked up over here. But as long as you can hear me, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah. Well, if you need to go and reboot, fair use. Don't forget we're fair use over here at. We try and be fair use, and we try and credit everybody we can. So, what do you say we get this show on the road? Is there? We had movie night Thursday night. It was a lot of fun.
It was good. It was fun.
We're going to be sending out the prizes from movie night this week. Got Listen Liberal by Thomas Frank and Confessions of an Economic Hitman. I think we had 3 winners on Thursday night. So. As soon as I get
winner chicken dinner.
Yeah, we'll get I got the addresses of 2. Denver Attaway. I think I need your address. So that's where we're going on that. So
Oh, Natalie, that's terrible. Yeah, see, I told you. I got problems with PayPal. I know I do.
Yeah, PayPal blows, man. But
I'm trying to run a speed test.
It's been so convenient. You look good on my end, Shannon. So.
Okay, well, I'm totally locked up on my end, so sorry, my timing's off. It's coming in delayed to me.
Oh, that's okay. You're good. And I've got bees in my background, so I'm gonna try and fix those. What is
carry
this?
you
Is
away.
This I put this in here. This is the DNC has a new spokesperson for and they're selling mugs. So I thought I'd show this. I'm sure you guys have seen it.
Oh, their merch store, the DNC's merch store.
DNC's
Nice. Okay,
merch
let's check it
store.
out.
And check this old asshole out that's doing this. Does he look familiar?
Why?
I think you should buy this mug.
You're so self-hating.
Yeah, I am. Check out the mug, though. The face changes on the mug, too. There it is. There's me on the mug. And then it switches to evil Joe Biden.
That's funny.
Evil Joe Biden. I got to replay that
God,
one time.
how do they think that that's a good goddamn idea? They're so satanic, man.
It
That's
is.
all I see.
It's
You should
terrible.
buy this mug.
I don't reface
ask you
well on Joe
nicely.
Biden. My head, it's something about.
No, I have a couple of them. I never have busted them out just because I don't want to hurt your feelings like that.
Just keep me off of Chuck Norris. He makes me gag. So.
I don't know what's worse, Chuck Norris or Joe Biden.
God, it's a toss-up for me. I don't know.
I know, right?
You brought this one, didn't you?
I did. So apparently this week, while I was out having fun and ignoring the world, there's been a bunch of shit that went down. Of course, I left right after the Jimmy Dore interview with Cornell, and everything was spinning off of that. There was multiple interviews and everybody's opinion about that. And then I see that Peter Dow, douche I've heard, has been, put up at the front of his campaign by Jill Stein while I'm on vacation. So I didn't really pay much attention, and I'm trying to get caught up now. But I see Misty says, I can't believe I have to explain this. Do y'all know how infiltration even works? Peter Dow worked hard, hand in hand with the likes of David Brock, Neera Tandrum, and Hillary Clinton for years. I don't care what transformation you think he's made. He's not to be trusted. Ever. Now, you and I have brought some of his tweets and over the years, right?
Not
but
many.
I brought those, a few, but I brought those as examples of the mainstream Democrats, recognizing something. Because I don't know which ones we brought over the years, but I know that we have brought some. So every time I have ever brought him, it's like, oh, look, even the fucking moderates get it, you know?
I know. Sabby did an interview with him yesterday, and I watched it.
I tried to catch it. How was it?
It was a very classy. Sabby's classy on her interviews. She doesn't get angsty or over passionate about her stuff. She has some pretty good questions. So it it was tough for me sitting there listening to him, not knowing what Sabby was thinking, but he was full of shit.
Yeah,
I am not.
right.
I am not gonna go to that camp right there. And you can't tell me there isn't somebody else out there that could manage Dr. West's campaign. You just really can't. I mean,
right. Well, that's a little click. And you guys have heard me say it about Jill Stein in the past. Like every time I've encountered Jill Stein in person, she's been a wrench. I mean, just like, she's ivory tower kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? You're just a peon. You're below me. You're beneath me, even though you've been working your ass off for 2 years for my campaign.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But she's been on the ground a lot for Assange and stuff.
Sure.
And I always just kept it to myself. I'm not going to go out there and smear the few people that, the movement still had left. And it just feels like now, I mean, what little tiny pocket that was left has just been shredded this last 2 weeks of people, right? And you even had the likes of Tim Black being resurrected from fucking Cornell. I did see that. And it was just like, oh my God. What's left of this movement is fucking gone.
I don't even follow Tim Black.
We're just survivors
anymore.
huddled in caverns now.
I don't follow Tim Black anymore. I mean, he betrayed.
I haven't. I was friends with Tim. I was on the ground with Tim in 2016, and it broke my heart when Tim made that pivot. And he pivoted and went moderate. He absolutely did.
Yeah, I have personal experience with the guy, and not my favorite person, but I'm not going to start bashing the shit out of him. You guys will figure it out if you haven't already.
You guys know we don't do that. We see a lot behind the scenes that we just keep our mouth shut about.
If I'm going to beat on somebody, it's going to be a high-profile asshole that sold us out down the street.
Punch up, man.
Punch up.
Exactly, punch up.
Yeah,
right?
But Caitlin Johnstone nailed it this morning. I woke up to this lovely piece here, and I'm just going to play a few minutes of the audio of this. But if you guys haven't heard the whole thing, you should check it out. Barack Obama belongs in a fucking cage. I can't agree more, but here we go. And that's unable to play. Oh, why did you do that to me? Did they, maybe they took it down.
They aired you out, man.
They aired me
I know.
out.
Sometimes when you bring them in from like Substack, they're hard. Did you grab it from Twitter or Substack?
That was on YouTube. Holy crap.
But it should be Substack.
I can't find it.
Well, you'll have to go watch it and find
Go
it.
check it out. Caitlin Johnstone. Anyway, this is what sparked her to do this, I think. Barack Obama, if you're looking to help people impacted by the floods in Libya, check out these organizations providing relief. And it's got Twitter, the Obama Foundation. Mick Wallace, European Parliament. Is Barack Obama actually serious? Now he says he cares about the people of Libya along with NATO friends. He helped destroy this country, destroyed the lives of so many innocent people. Imagine if we had international law to hold Obama and others to account. And Cheney and Bush and everybody else that has murdered and caused the death of millions of people at this point. So, again, it's just
that's crazy.
It's backwards ass world, and it makes me nuts. So sorry that wouldn't play.
Okay, I dropped I dropped it in the chats. Hold on, Rockfin, you're next. But I dropped it in all the chats so people can listen to it after the show. You can just go in and hit the listen button. You don't even have to read it.
It's 9 minutes long. I only cut like a minute and a half out of it, but they couldn't even play that. So. I will get that. You brought this. What is this little thing? I'm still going for the giant meteor in 2024.
This is Joe Biden, and I got a lot of videos sent to me while I was away on vacation of Joe Biden doing all kinds of crazy shit, but this was the craziest video I saw.
Shit, have I seen it?
You're one sexy kid.
No, wait.
Don't tell mommy what I told you. You got it?
Is this new?
Oh, you're recording. How good is it? You're one sexy.
Oh, I'm busted.
Don't tell mommy what I told you.
Are you fucking kidding me? He didn't say that. Really?
Got it?
Oh my god.
I'm recording. Oh, you're recording. How good is it?
Guy's a train wreck, man.
I don't know if that's real or not, but I'm gonna take a gander that it is.
I hope it isn't from a decency standpoint.
But come on, I was screaming about this in 2016 when Democrats were just turning their head. There was a 8-year history of him groping kids on the stage and on C-SPAN. We had the video proof of it. There's so much more proof that has came out. You have Ashley's diary. I believe
Didn't you
it's true.
say that when you were working in the nursing home helping people, didn't you say that dementia caused some old guys to get like that with kids?
Yeah, they get worse. They definitely get worse. They were probably horn dogs in real life, but then they get super insane about it. Oh, yeah, it's a big thing. I had one that ran the Playboy Club in Chicago, and he had a penile implant, and he would chase all the CNAs and nurses around.
You gotta be kidding me.
Peter Stojak.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they get like that.
Got rid of
Well, did you see the one where he was giving the speech this week, and then he just started saying random shit like, I got to go to bed?
Yeah, that was last week. That's elder abuse. We concur with our sisters and brothers. It's elder abuse. Now, this is a gem that I don't think a lot of you have seen, but I have a deep disgust with Jennifer Granholm. And she is just one of many in Congress.
It's pretty.
I'm going to play
dirty.
this. It's a minute longer than I normally do, but to get the full, and Shanda has not seen this, but to get the full feel for this, I think you're going to appreciate it as much as I did.
Since taking
I won't
office
appreciate it.
in January of 2021, Secretary Granholm has violated the Hatch Act multiple times. She's owned Proterra stock while her boss, President Biden, repeatedly promoted the company. We saw this huge payout. She admitted 3 months after she took office. Her husband owned Ford stock while she personally promoted the company's work with official resources, and she cashed in on millions of dollars after these illegal transactions, and failure to disclose obvious conflicts were revealed. As you said, it took you 3 months before you actually sold the stock. And most critically, she lied under oath to Congress, claiming she did not own any individual stocks when in fact she did. Anyone disputing these charges could consult to these articles that I put in the record. They're available for everyone. And I just want to go to Madam Secretary. The DOE's ethical rules or federal employee ethics laws provide that, quote, public service is a public trust. Employees must place loyalty to the Constitution, the laws, and ethical principles above gain, as I cited in the ethical principles that are part of your own department. Do you believe that any Department of Energy or other federal employee violating this rule should resign or be removed from office for this position?
First of all, let me say that we take ethics.
That's a yes or no question. Do you think if someone violates the ethical laws set forth in this, that you said you signed a statement, an ethical statement that you would comply with the laws? Do you think that a DOE employee or other federal employee who violates these laws should step down from that position? That's a yes or no? If they violate the ethics laws set
I understand
forth
what you're trying to do
well,
here.
I'm asking you a specific question. Okay, so you're not going to answer the question.
You have made a number of allegations that I feel
I've put
against me personally.
This is my time, Mr.
I know,
Chairman.
but you've made these out there, and I feel it is important to
Let me just tell you, this is what you did not answer the yes or no question. You obviously believe that it's okay to violate the ethics rules.
Of course, I do not believe it's okay to violate ethics laws, nor does anyone else in the Department of Energy.
This is my time. So what you're trying to say is afterwards, once I realized and I spoke to Congress that I was not telling the truth about what was happening, I went back and admitted, oh, I made a mistake. So admitting the truth after being caught lying doesn't actually cure perjury. I don't know if you know that legally. I know you're an attorney. So you've admitted to testifying falsely, and then came back and said I corrected it later. But that doesn't cure the fact that you actually committed perjury. We've actually impeached presidents over committing perjury, and this is
I'm going to have to back out and reboot.
Involved in your official duties. Also, after signing an ethics oath that you said that you signed and admitted to today.
Come on.
And on top of admitting that it was 3 months after you took office that you actually sold the stock on the private market, as Congressman Issa put out. So to me, that's perjury, and that's simple. That's perjury, period. Why should you not resign, or why should we not consider some kind of impeachment inquiry into you for your perjury charges? We've done that with presidents of the United States in the past.
Number one, I made a mistake when I testified saying that I had sold all stock. I honestly thought we had.
So wait a
but I
minute.
was wrong.
So I'll reclaim my
So-
time. You're a lawyer. You know that perjury, you cannot go
don't
back
take-
and say I made a mistake. Perjury exists when you give a false statement
Intentionally.
under oath, which you did.
Oh,
Did you not?
No, I did not intentionally. I thought we had divested of all stocks. We had divested
Look,
of all.
this is the colossal
conflicting
ego
thoughts.
of this administration that people and the American people are frustrated with. You serve the American people. You don't serve President Biden. You don't serve a special interest. You serve the American people.
Of course.
We would appreciate you coming forward on this.
I am coming forward if you would let me explain. I made a
Appointees with
mistake.
lesser conflicts, honestly, would have withdrawn their nomination or they would resign from office. Thank you. I yield back my
There's no conflict.
Well, Shanda's going to reboot. She's going to reboot and restart the system while I pigpile on Jennifer Granholm. Now that's all of these. This is a show, as you guys know. This is a dog and phony show with Congress because they've all been doing insider trading, and that's how they get from going into Congress making $174,000 a year and then turning around and enhancing their wealth 100 times over. Look at Pelosi. She came in a few $1 million and now she's $140 million, whatever the hell she is. And this is how they do it. And I was just thrilled to death that Granholm got put on the stand right there in the ethics committee. And I hope they go after her and the rest of them. Republican, Democrat, it makes no difference. They've all been insider trading, and that's how one of the ways that they get rich by going. They don't go into Congress to serve the people. You guys know that. I'm preaching to the choir. They go into Congress to make money, insider trading, selling books, giving speeches, all of that shit. I mean, presidents get $500,000 for giving a speech. Look at Clinton and look at Obama and look at the rest of them. When they get out of office, and Trump, I'm sure, he makes the big money too, but that's what it's all about. It's not by doing the justice to the American public. It's to make money. And we can beat this dead horse into the ground, but these types of things should be investigated. The bullshit they're pulling on Trump, that's a whole different thing. This is actually making people rich, and the wrong people are getting rich by doing it. Granholm's a scumbag. So's McCaskill, and she got awarded with a spot on CNN, I think. So anyway, I'm not going to take up too much time on this, but I know that you guys watch it. So here we got Dr. Jill Stein. Newsflash, it was me that brought Peter Dow to Cornell West. Why? Because I learned how essential and experienced campaign manager is from campaigns without one. He's most experienced campaign manager I know of with independent green politics is strong to the duopoly. And then there's another shot here by Peter Dow. It says, I grew up in Beirut. I was in the Christian militia, trained by the IDF. Where were you? Well, that's all well and good. Not so good, but, I don't want to hear about that shit because his history speaks for itself. He was with David Brock, Neera Tanden, the DNC. He's part of the arbiters that made the Bernie brothers happen. He's lied. He's been shitty to other campaigns. He's played dirty. And I think we all know this. So I'm not going to cut him an ounce of slack. And again, you can't tell me that there wasn't anybody out there that they could have got to campaign for, be the campaign manager for the West campaign. Now, Dr. West, I hope that they bring somebody on that they can trust. But right now, I'm not trusting Peter Dow at all. And I think that Peter douche thing should be hung back on the guy. Well, again, like I said, Sabby did a decent interview with him last night. I think that I'm not going to second guess her questioning at all. She does a great job, and she got him on the show to answer questions, which is more than I saw a lot of people go on. So there you go on that. Shand'll be right back. I know you're stuck with the old boomer here for a second. Where is Cornell West campaign headed? And I haven't seen this. This is Shanda's, but I'm going to kick it over. We're going to give it a listen and see what it's all about.
When I interviewed him, it didn't get as heated, but like I opened up saying, thank you, Cornell West, for the past. You are one of my political heroes. you once showed me, you said a long time ago, and I took your cue to go and talk to the person who ideologically thought different than me. You know, it's okay. You shouldn't participate in cancel culture. And I thought that was always great about Cornel West. But the thing that's frustrating to me today is that he's not understanding if you are going to run for president, then your job is to get as many votes as possible, right? You're not running to be the president of the progressive.
If you're trying to win, yeah.
You're running for president. You got to understand the voters. And I don't want to look down on voters and stuff or smash them over the head. But let's just say a lot of them are normies that are not in the political bubble like ours. So to me, when he does lead with the white supremacy argument, or he does talk about it a lot, that can be confused by the people, even though, you know, they don't understand what white supremacy is. They confuse it as whiteness. And how many times they were beat over the head being told that they're privileged. Meanwhile, most white people in America are poor, can't pay their rent, can't get, you know, a roof over their head, and can't put food on the table. So to me, the frustration lies is the fact that he is moving away from the populist movement, and he's moving more towards this message that only allows him to get a small amount of people. And I think that's where you see a lot of frustration come in from people like me. I'm not going to speak for Jimmy with his frustration. I'll speak for my own. But that is my biggest criticism of Dr. West. It's not that it's not important to talk about those issues, right? But you have to understand when you say that, how confusing that is to the voters out there, to the people of America, because they don't get it. And it's better to grab them where they're at on our common goal, which is that the oligarchy hates us all, right? That's never been more clear, Nico, than now with COVID. And we come together on that issue and then work our way into talking about the history of white supremacy, which is the economic, you know, system that was on the backs of 400 years of slavery, where white people were able to get, you know, ancestry gains that are now been taken away from them then right now because the people running shit are Malthusians. And the whole message is you'll have nothing and like it, you know? So that is my frustration with Cornel West. And I'd like you to give me your opinion before we jump into one of these videos really quickly of Garland Nixon. Go ahead.
So my issue is not with him discussing white supremacy. And I don't even think that necessarily speaking, that discussing white supremacy or like the reality in and of itself would only get a few people, but it's obviously not going to get enough people. My problem is, and it's the same thing I talked about with Jimmy on the show earlier. I said, what you're telling me is what you're fighting against. However, I don't know what Dr. West is fighting for.
I think Nico makes a great point there. He needs to know, what are you fighting for? You know, fighting against, and I've managed a couple of low-level campaigns, is, you know, focus on the meat, focus on the policy, focus on what you're fighting for, not what you're fighting against. Other than that, you know, it's his campaign. He's going to run it how he sees fit, and I'm not going to hold it against him because I respect Dr. West and his history and everything else that he's done in his lifetime, his achievements and where he's gone. But again, when you get on a campaign, you had better be focused, and the people around you are there to have your back. And you don't want to make any mistakes, particularly at the biggest level of campaign in your life as the President of the United States. So I would say, once again, you know, Dr. Jill Stein, you know, whoever else is talking to, you know, or helping with the campaign, I don't know, Hedges or any of the other people. And Shanda is back, thank God. Do you have internet? Okay, let's see if I can get you back in here. And okay, let me get your audio on so we can make sure everybody hears you. Okay, now your audio is on.
Chat.
I just have to get you back in the window. Bear with us, guys. Technical shit all the time. At least it's not audio. Or did I just jinx myself?
Yeah, no, you did jinx yourself, because while I was away, I was reading that YouTube chat is very quiet. Like the sound is very quiet. People are having to move over to the Rockfin to actually hear us.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. Turn us up, man. Crank it up.
I've got you up. Let me turn me up. And let's bring Shanda back in. I'm sorry, I'm being rude here. I don't want to do that.
I'm back.
Here we go. We just played that video of Nico and Pasta Craig Jardula. And
yeah, that was a good one. I brought that.
They had a good conversation. Now we're going to. Did you want to speak to that about Dr. West and?
No, but I love this meme. If Trump isn't Hitler, then I'm a moron. Well, I guess it's settled then. You're a moron.
I guess so. You brought this as well, Shanda.
Okay, so this was earlier in the week, right? So Robert F. Kennedy Jr., my party has lost its way. Here in my open letter to the DNC, urging it to please lead by example and hold the most transparent, equal, accessible, and accountable election that has ever been seen in this country. And I love it. Do you think the DNC will do it? He actually asked that. Do you think the DNC will do it?
No. We told him.
No.
Everybody told him.
No, everybody told him. No, we told you from the start. They did it to Bernie. They did it to Bernie twice, and they were going to do it to you even harder, and they are. And of course, I don't know if we made the deck with his assassination attempt. Maybe I put it on there. I think it's further down the deck.
I don't know about that either. I'm kind of suspicious.
We'll talk about it when we get to that one. But I brought this Claire McCaskill because this is her being tough on the Democrats.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have the confidence that David Ignatius has in the nominating process, because the nominating process is actually what brought us Donald Trump and is going to bring us Donald Trump again. So it's flawed. It's not a perfect process.
Yeah.
It's flawed.
It's flawed.
It's just flawed. It's not a perfect process at all. Then the fact that we control all the superdelegates. I saw RFK Jr. crying about the superdelegates and how he'd have to win like 80% of them. We've been telling you this since you announced your campaign, since you began to even think about running. We begged you, don't run inside the Democratic Party. They're corrupt as could be. If you really wanted a chance to be president of the United States, don't run inside the Democratic Party. And here we are.
If you want to serve the public, you don't run inside the Democrat or the Republican Party. But all honesty, I think you'd have a better shot in the Republican Party. That said, I want to make this point.
That's said like a true Democrat.
Yeah. The super delegates are the mechanism, the number one mechanism, besides all the dirty tricks, that they will freeze out anybody that they want.
Any true legit
candidate. So Robert F. Kennedy gets points off the IQ for not seeing that, because after 2016, I gave a presentation on how superdelegates work, how they were appointed. They appoint bank presidents, they appoint corporate presidents, and they give them 1,000 times the voting power that one measly delegate from a state has. So it's 1,000 times the power that they, and I'm not kidding, 1,000 times the power of one regular delegate. So I
fought the superdelegates. I was a part of that team that was fighting the superdelegates for Bernie in 2016. We were going to the Democratic delegates and begging them, to change their vote, to stand with us, trying to show them, look at the support Bernie's got. Don't you think now it's time to pivot? I'll never forget when we cornered Jay Inslee. Oh, what a sleaze, man.
Oh, he is.
So
he is
sleazy, that guy.
He's a sleaze bag.
Oh, I like Bernie.
Yeah, and Inslee's, they call him the Green President. He's not the Green President. He's in Washington State. It's a green state. That's what it is. We've got Jesse Ventura here, and this is from earlier in the week, but I wanted to give him a little encore here, and you'll see why. Have you heard this?
I haven't seen this. I missed a lot on vacation, so.
I no longer believe in the third party movement. And I'll tell you why. The Democrats and Republicans have corrupted the system so badly that any third party in which to survive will have to corrupt itself. Well, you've already got a two-headed monster. Why would you want a three-headed one?
Exactly.
I now advocate the abolishment of all political parties in the United States of America.
Hell yeah, I'm with you. I'm so with you.
Yeah, I am too, because look what happened.
I'm not a huge Ventura fan. I mean, he said some shit over the years that was dead on, and sometimes I think he's out there. But this time, absolutely. We saw how corrupt the Green Party was in 2020.
Yes.
I went into the Green Party in 2016, saw what they are. They rigged their own primary. Now you got a three-headed beast if it does rise up. But the Democrats and the Republicans will never let a third party hit that 15% mark. So it doesn't matter. They'll let them get close. They'll shave points off the top like they did with Jill Stein.
No, they just toss the hot potato of profit and graft and greed.
Yeah.
And they just toss it back and forth.
They send people like Peter Dow over to freaking handle it for them.
And you know what? I don't even want to talk to Peter Dow. He can just if he was really on the up and up, he would decline being the campaign manager, and he would help them in a search for the best campaign managers Dr. West could get. He would use his skill set and his connections to help them find a great campaign manager. And that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
That's not what an infiltrator does, Oz.
I know. Jesus Christ. You brought this. This is your evil twin.
A lot of
right?
talk about Harris this week. So Harris has been out there touring colleges in an effort to mobilize younger voters for Biden. And Harris says she's prepared to be president if necessary.
Oh,
if necessary.
God. I'd scream, but I'd blow everybody out of the chat. I don't want to scream. You brought this here. This I think I know.
Well, this is funny. I've seen a couple of people run this on their shows today, but it is hilarious. I don't know who the comedian is.
She looks a lot like Harris.
Mommy RN8. It says Mommy RN8, but this is funny. She does a really good job.
She really does, and she looks a little bit like Harris too. So let's.
She does. She's got her mannerisms down.
Play it again.
Okay, he's drinking it. I put cleaning products in his prune juice. Tell everyone. It's gonna work before the prune juice does. Hopefully. 2024, here I come. He's doing jumping jacks on the front lawn. If he drank it today, he should have been dead yesterday. Now he's gonna be alive tomorrow. No chlorine bleach, no ammonia, no formaldehyde, no parabens. This was made in America. Switch to America. Unless poison is what you want.
God, she's
got her laugh down for sure.
It's so good. And here's Pelosi's bullshit.
Pelosi, when asked whether VP Harris is ready.
Running mate, though?
She's the vice president of the United States. So when people say to me, well, why isn't she doing this or that? I said, because she's the vice president. That's the job description. You don't do that much. You know.
So what were you going to say before I so rudely interrupted you?
Oh, no, that was fine. So Democrats need to realize that there's no alternative to Biden and buck up. Yeah, they'll never do that.
I picked out the United spots this week, guys. So if you're going to yell at somebody, yell at me. I thought this was pretty good, though. And by the way, I like your new font that you're using for Beauty and the Boomer and Bad Boomer. And
Bad Boomer.
Here we go. United spot. First
United spot.
Hey, you're not going to fire me, are you?
Not right now.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to fire me.
We are, just not right now.
Oh, good. So, anyway, how am I doing?
You're doing great, Joe. Just keep reading that teleprompter and keep being you.
Yeah, I love reading that teleprompter.
Yep.
I don't know what it says, but words come out of nowhere, and I just say them.
I knew you were the right guy for the job, Joe.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, being president is so easy. I just say what they tell me to say, and I sign what they tell me to sign. I just, Hey, what's my name again?
We sure hit the jackpot with you, Joe.
Yeah, 300 people can't be wrong.
I think you mean 80 million people, Joe.
I don't know.
Dad, have you been using my tinfoil?
Any day, I'm going to be the first female president.
If anyone's going to be the first female president, it's going to be Nancy.
I'm going to wear a mask for the rest of my life.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
Thanks for making me the oil and pipeline expert.
You're the perfect man for the job, son. You're the smartest person I know.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, shutting down that pipeline was genius, and America is really happy about it.
Yeah. It's all coming together.
You know, it's hard to believe that 80 million people made this possible. I feel like I'm dreaming over here.
I'm the king of the world.
You're the smartest person I know, son.
I know, Dad.
My life is so hard, Barack.
I know. People just don't understand how hard our life is.
Yeah, people don't know how much we struggle every day. 90% of the time, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
Hey, Joe. I need you to sign some more executive orders.
Free-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Hey, Dad.
Hang on, son. Daddy's signing executive orders.
It's only a matter of time. And soon, everyone will be saying, President Nancy Pelosi.
So I hear she's running again.
Yes.
I did catch that glimpse while I was out this week.
Oh, yeah. We're blessed with her again in the next
So
election
blessed,
cycle.
aren't
Oh,
we?
my God in heaven. I can't take it anymore.
Speaking of that.
Yeah. What is this building? It's a nursing home. Exactly so. And I'm a boomer, so hey, I can say that shit. So
yes, you can. It's not ageism.
It's not ageism when I say it. I got to tell you. And we got to get rid of that kind of crap. You brought a Donald Trump here tonight. Is this an interview?
There's a lot of people out there, like praising Trump. And I just wanted to remind people that Trump says don't let Biden take credit for the COVID vaccine. And he also extended the coronavirus lockdowns until April 30th. Who remembers that? We remember that. And brought to you by Pfizer. I'm the father of the vaccine. And then, of course, he sat down with Megyn Kelly this week while I was on vacation. And didn't those two hate each other? Remember when he called her out for the whole bleeding thing, before 2016? Am I imagining that? Did that happen?
Was it Megyn Kelly or somebody else?
I think it was.
I think it was Megyn Kelly.
She had her hair short and she was modding the debate in 2016. I think so.
You're probably right. I always get Megyn Kelly confused with other people, and Coulter might be one of them. I don't know, but let's play this and see what.
And we haven't seen her much lately.
No, thank God.
Operation Warp Speed, though. Yeah. That was on the vaccines. They were rushed through. They have helped, but also hurt a lot of people. And your White House actually supported mask mandates. So wouldn't you like a do-over on any of that?
Look, when this came in, nobody knew what the hell it was. It sounded like an ancient, pandemic. You thought that was from 200 years ago or from 1917. We never thought you'd have a pandemic. Nobody had any idea. We got word that bad things were happening in China, right around the Wuhan clinic. And I was the one that said it was in the Wuhan clinic. Mm-hmm. And, I stuck with it, and it was absolutely.
And it absolutely was. It's corroborated.
It absolutely was. Yeah, but who was funding that? Fauci. Yeah, we know where that money was coming from, right?
Yeah.
So just a reminder, you and I were talking in the green room, at this point, there's no candidate that's worthy of voting for. If I had to pick right now, I don't even know if I could say I'd vote for Trump. I'm at a point where there's nothing on the menu that I can choose.
Well, I got Dr. West on the end of my tip, but on my pin, but really, Is that the one to vote
I do.
for?
It does. I'm sorry. I agree with Pasta that lockdowns and mandates is a big fucking issue for me on the ballot. It really is. Were you willing to take my First Amendment rights and lock me in a house? Were you willing to, tell me what I have to do with my body in order to keep a job? That's an important one to me.
You're saying that Cornel West was all in favor of that, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Come on. He gave Fauci a tongue bath. Oh, yeah. He freaking Mr. Fauci. Yeah, no, we've all seen the clips, and I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean I'm going to run out and vote for RFK Jr. because he doesn't get it on Israel, and he sure the hell doesn't, get it with the Democrats. He's got a little taste of it now, but there's no good candidate. I'm sorry, the bad outweighs the good in the few candidates that I can support. So
if we're going to support what Jesse Ventura just said, is a third party is just another problem, right? It's going to be.
Well, they'll never break. How do you break through a rigged system?
Well, they just want to get over 5% so
control.
they can get federal funding. And are they going to bring shitty candidates like that idiot that they had last time, Howie Hawkins?
Howie Hawkins. Oh God,
are you so kidding me, man?
Yeah, I'm ashamed I voted for Howie Hawkins. I am.
Well, you voted for Green Party.
But it was better than voting for an evil Democrat, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. Democrats are off the table forever for me.
100% for me too. And speaking of total scab pieces of shit, I know you saw this week.
Yeah.
Everybody's bandwagoning. Oh, it's time to come back. We got Drew Barrymore. She's down in Hollywood for the same shit. But real time is coming back. Unfortunately, sans writers or writing. It has been 5 months and it's time to bring people back to work. The writers have important issues that I sympathize with and hope that they are addressed to their satisfaction. But they are not the only people who with issues and problems and concerns, despite some assistance from me, because I'm so great. Much of the staff is struggling mightily. We we all were hopeful that this would come to an end early, Labor Day, but the day has come and gone, and there still seems to be nothing happening. And I love my writers, and I'm one of them, but I'm not prepared to lose an entire year and see so many below the line people suffer so much. I will honor the spirit of strike, but do not monologue.
By not doing monologue, yeah.
Yeah, new rules or editorials, let's see, or written pieces that I'm so proud of in the real time. And all I'll say is up front that to the audience, the show I will be doing without my writers will not be as good as our normal shows, full stop. But the heart of the show is an off-the-cuff discussion panel that aims to cut through the bullshit and predictability, partisanship, and that will continue. The show will not disappoint. So
bullshit.
He's coming back to work. Yeah, and Drew Barrymore's doing the same thing. And she came out there yesterday and dropped that stupid, disgusting apology video where they keep saying, well, there's people that need to go to work. There's people that need to go to work.
Drew Barrymore,
that's
she's
not
worth
why
millions.
you're doing it.
She's worth millions.
They're both worth
they
millions.
They can take
Look
care of their entire staff, and the studios are going to help pay for that without putting them on. This is bad. You don't
This is narcissism. They're narcissistic shits that want to be on fucking TV because they're not getting their holy praise every goddamn day. And they don't give a shit. Just like Oprah, it's all about their feelings.
So
right?
what he's saying is he's going to cross the picket line, go buy groceries or go to the movies or go do whatever. And he is a scab, and so is Drew Barrymore. So is The View.
I support unions as long as it doesn't affect my life.
Yeah, the guy.
That's what he's saying.
The guy's a dweeb. You know, I mean, again, these people that are working and struggling.
Look at that. Look at how much he's fucking worth.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see their books. Moving right along. We have news.
Right.
You gave me this last night where he came on last night. What was the deal? He put out a.
Oh, I've been all over this. Okay, guys. You guys know that I have questioned Russell a lot, right? You can go back. I've got the shows to prove it where I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm kind of a little weirded out that he came out of the middle of smack dab Hollywood. You don't get any further in than married to Katy goddamn Perry. And you guys know I go down those deep, dark rabbit holes of Hollywood. And I had heard a lot of stories about Russell in these big Hollywood sex parties that they always do, which is just open sex with everybody, right? And then everybody knew he had an open sex addiction. He talks about it, right? So I've always been kind of in a weird spot with him. I appreciate what he's saying. I don't trust that he got into the spot the way he did organically, you know, but I don't, neither here or there. He's calling out the fucking establishment. He's bringing good content, so I watch it and I support him. But I still have my questions, right? You don't spend that much time in Hollywood and not have a bunch of goddamn baggage is what it comes down to. I've read all the accusations against him. I gotta say, there's a little bite in a few of them, you know, via like some text messages. But much like the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard case, or the Marilyn Manson case, or the Ramstein case, show me some fucking evidence before you come out here and try to destroy a man. This is a hit piece. We all see it's a goddamn hit piece, and it's because he's been getting a lot of good jabs in lately. And I don't know if he's gonna weather it though. That's what I'm worried about. There is some bite in a few of these, and it looks like they're bringing the full force too. His manager's already, his agent has already fired him, but his agent supposedly knew about these accusations years ago. But what these accusations come down to is much like Danny Masterson. These are women that he was in a relationship with. He says it's consensual. If you're in a relationship with somebody for 6 months, I'm going to assume that you consented to some of it, right? I don't know. I see a lot of women since Danny Masterson's conviction going, can I cash in on this? Can I call somebody out for something I didn't like 30 years ago? I mean, that's kind of what I see in this case.
Yeah, and I'm the first one that's going to believe a woman over a man because of my personal experience with men that were in my hemisphere. You know, right. And a lot of them were liars, and I didn't spend a lot of time
liars,
with them, but
toxic,
I watched them.
Yeah,
they're toxic, abusers, that sort of thing. So And, you know, I had a pretty strong bond. Most of my friends have been women over my lifetime because I wasn't an asshole.
What I love about you.
Yeah. Wasn't an asshole, and I'll stand up for them. But again, I'm not going to be judge and jury publicly for this, and I hope that he has evidence to clear himself. But we're just going to see. I put a tweet out there this morning and said, everybody has their price. Man, woman, in between, has their price. Mm-hmm. And I think we should keep an eye on this, and I hope and he should be ready for this, because he knows if he's got skeletons in his closet or things that aren't as savory or legal, you know, he should have been ready for this. And if he's not, then, you know, whatever.
Well, he used to be protected by the Hollywood machine. And that, you know, and this is much like the Epstein, they leverage, right? What can they get on you? Do they have pictures of you in an orgy in 06? Do they have pictures of you on a yacht doing some unsafe? So, I mean, anybody who's been in Hollywood knows that they've got those files of leverage that they can pull out and use against you at any time. I got to assume that Russell knew that there was, you know, we all saw what he was in, you know, the early 2000s. He was a wild party guy. Like, that's what he was known for, right? Get him to the Greek was fucking hilarious because he was a wild party guy.
That was Russell's brand. Ooh, that was bad.
Yeah, it was his brand. It was his brand. And it was driven by alcohol and drugs. And when you're in those crazy induced state of mind, you do crazy shit that you don't even remember a lot of times, you know. But just like Manson and Ramstein and, you know, Johnny Depp, come on. I want to see some proof, because these are just accusations. And a lot of those women who made accusations against all those men are now being investigated for those accusations.
Well, yeah, and he's been poking the bear, the pharmaceutical companies, the corruption in government, everything else. And he's been poking it hard. I mean, that clip of him on Bill Maher really was going around today. Yeah, he poked them right in the eye on their own damn network.
They don't like that.
And they didn't like that. So I don't like saying sus and suspect.
He was smart to get out in front of it. He got out in front of it before.
Yeah, he did. That was a good move.
That was a good move. I thought
it was a good move, because the attorneys are going to tell him to shut up now.
He's going to shut up now, and he's smart to shut up now and make them prove their case.
Yeah, make them prove their case, and
you are innocent until proven guilty.
If that Channel 4 has broken the law, I hope he sues the living shit out of them, because I looked at Channel 4, whatever the hell that is. I've never heard of it before.
I want to see the blue dress.
So anyway,
yeah, right. I want to see the blue dress.
See the blue dress, man. And, you know,
and I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not either. I just think in this day and age, with accusations and Me Too flying around the way they are, show us a little proof. Tara Reid brought us proof. That's why we believe her, you know?
Yeah. And all those Me Too people abandoned Tara Reid, and they can go to hell for that, too.
They can burn, baby, burn.
Fiorella made a comment about the Obama Foundation here. If you're looking to help people impacted by the floods in Libya, find a time machine and go back in time, stop Obama from becoming president and Hillary Clinton from becoming Secretary of State, and stop the CIA from overthrowing Libya's government and murdering Muammar Gaddafi. Right on, Fee. That's what Fee says. I propped that up higher in the deck. Jesus, you know.
We have another Fee says, though. I actually brought an RT video. I'm trying to get logged back into the chat, so I haven't got back into the chat since my internet crashed.
I'm trying to find...
Hi, chat. There you are.
Hi, chat. I love this reface here.
Hey, V, what's up?
What is this reface? You brought Chief Nerd. What's going on with this?
Chief Nerd. Well, didn't you see? They whipped out the aliens.
More distraction.
They dug these mummified aliens' corpses up and drug them to the Mexican Congress. The alleged alien corpses were discovered in Peru in 2017 and are believed to be anywhere from 700 to 1,800 years old. They only have 3 fingers and elongated head. X-rays of the aliens were also shown, and the experts say one of the bodies has eggs inside.
Here we go. See if this one plays.
Evolución terrestre y que después de desaparecer no hay una evolución posterior.
De acuerdo a la Universidad Nacional Autónoma
Why do they look like
de
ET?
México, quien realizó
Maybe they
los
watched it too many
análisis
times when they were
de
making it.
carbono 14,
It's the only alien movie
estos
they
seres
have in
tienen
Peru.
Yeah.
alrededor de 1000 años de antigüedad. Es decir, no se trata de seres que fueron recuperados en aves que son estrellamiento plancton que abundaba en aquel tiempo y al desaparecer se fosilizó.
You know,
What is that all about, Oz? What is it all about?
I don't know.
Why are they doing this?
When I made these aliens of you and me, when I refaced us on these tall gray aliens, I had no idea that we would be using them so much.
They stay permanently on all the decks. They're on the Trailer Park Pundit decks too, because every goddamn week there's a UFO story now.
When I was a kid, they had a product called, it was probably before your time, you young and you, but they had a product called Silly Sand. And that silly sand, I could make aliens just like that. It was in a squeeze bottle, and it was filled with water, and it looks just like silly sand to me. So I don't know.
A lot of people think it's paper mache.
Yeah, it's probably. Who knows? I have a question for you, Shanda. What song intro causes you to immediately turn up the volume? And you've got Dianne Feinstein there. That's a great reface. Did that actually?
For me, it's probably Tool, Sober. That was a great song there.
I'm thinking Journey. Something from Journey.
Journey. Yeah, Journey. Journey makes me turn it up for sure.
Yeah. And
that song haunted me in 1985. Can I tell you, 85, 86?
I saw them. Saw them in concert.
She's simply irresistible. She's so fine. That was the only video they played on MTV, I swear to God, for all of 1986.
They had to. This one, and what's the other one?
Sledgehammer.
Addicted
Sledgehammer
to Love.
was the other one.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I have a trivia question. What was more popular, the video or the album?
Depending on the year.
Well, this one right here. For this one right here, the album.
I would say the video was more popular.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. I think the video would be more popular, but they sold a hell of a lot of wild. And he died
Perfect
young.
circle. I'm done with that.
Didn't he die?
He did die young. He died of a heart attack
in Paris.
But I'm sure he.
Yeah,
he did a lot of cocaine in the 70s and 80s.
He was like 54 or something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah, he was really young. He died young.
Really young. I hate to see talent do that to themselves. Anyway, you got an RFK here again.
Okay, this was it. I knew it was further down in the deck. So RFK Jr. Demands Secret Service protection after an armed man is arrested at a campaign spot just miles from where his dad was assassinated at the Embassy Hotel. Now, there's video out there of this, and I didn't bring the video, Oz, but I got so many questions about this. I don't know about this. This guy was posed as a U.S. Marshal. He had all these guns. How'd they catch him? Who on his team realized that guy didn't belong there? That's one of the questions I would ask. And, he definitely needs some Secret Service detail, I would say.
Well, I don't know. I think he looked suspicious because he had the prison tats on his knuckles and everything else. So, but maybe, I don't know the way they hire mercs to do these jobs anymore. I mean, who the hell knows?
Well, then there's a lot of people saying he has connections to the FBI now. Now, I don't know if any of that's true. Would I be shocked? Not after we saw a bunch of the defendants who were charged with kidnapping Gretchen Wilson Whitmire get freaking acquitted this week, right? Like, we knew that was an inside job. So is this some crazy inside job too?
I don't know. If it's a way to get Secret Service protection, it's pretty shitty. I don't think it was, but I don't know what the hell it is.
I don't think he would do that.
I don't know who's doing his campaign, but Peter Dow. I don't.
No, he's got Dennis Kucinich.
I know, but there's other people in that campaign. So
well, I
don't trust it, and I'm really disappointed in Dennis too. Some of the stuff that RFK said, I'm just vehemently, and the Israel stuff and some of his other positions.
The Israel stuff just turns my toes.
I mean, they should have chilled that down a little bit. And instead, they let it fly. I don't know.
No, they went harder. Are you kidding?
They went harder. You brought rotating villain here. What's this all about?
Oh, rotating villain. In American democracy, when the majority party has enough votes to pass populist legislation, party leaders designate a scapegoat who will be refused to vote with the party therefore killing the legislation. The opposition is otherwise inexplicable and typically comes from someone in a safe or not up for re-election spot. They allow for a maximum diffusion of responsibility. That's exactly what our whole entire Congress does.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Oh, and did you see this one this week? The U.S. child poverty rate more than doubled last year due to record inflation and the end of the child tax credit.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't have kids to write off
But
anymore.
you're feeling
I didn't know the tax credit was gone.
You're feeling
I'm
it.
pissed.
Yeah, you got screwed. You got.
How dare them take the tax credits? That's the only way I made it as a single mom through the fucking 90s and 2000s.
What
My
about your
tax credit paid
grandkids?
off. Yeah, bills, debts. I know my kids don't get the tax credit now. That's insane.
Yeah, the Bidenomics at its best. It's bullshit. They're talking about inflation going down and how Bidenomics is just saving our asses. It's not doing shit. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. You know, we've got you brought this. I have no idea what this is. What is this?
Oh, you don't know what this is? Okay, so it's Fashion Week in New York, and an imposter does the catwalk in a trash bag at New York's Fashion Week, and no one notices until security intervenes and tackles him.
Oh,
He put a trash bag on and walked the catwalk.
Pain.
That's epic. That is epic.
Oh
He put a
God.
trash bag on and walked the catwalk.
Oh my God. Gotta have.
He probably was the best one dressed at Fashion Week.
Well, maybe he's taking the place of a streak. I don't know. What do you got here? You got Stella Assange.
Oh, yeah, this is kind of an Assange one. So Stella Assange tweets out, new Julian Assange, more than 60 Australian MPs urged the U.S. to let WikiLeaks founder walk free. That is awesome. Keep putting that pressure on the U.S. And then Max Blumenthal posted this picture. Apparently there was some kind of dinner. It had the World Gates Foundation dinner. And Stand Up for Assange was there too, along with, what is the middle one? ABA,
AML, and Fraud School Advisory
Fraud
Board.
School
Are you
Advisory
kidding me? Is that real? Is that?
Yes, that's real. Max was at an event and the Gates fucking Foundation dinner was downstairs and the Assange was upstairs.
That's
So
insane.
I'm just glad they were there to put it in their face, right?
All right, this one with the Fukushima releasing all the radioactive water into the ocean, and
Don't
this
eat any seafood, man.
I caught this one and I lost my shit. I'm just gonna play it. You guys, this is insane. Okay, check this shit out.
I would push back on the assertion from Russian officials. Here, the CDC has stated that there is no evidence that the depleted uranium rounds cause cancer. The World Health Organization reports that there's been no increase of leukemia or other cancers and that have been established following any exposure to uranium or DU. And even the IAEA has stated unequivocally that there is no proven link between DU exposure and increases in cancers or significant health or environmental impacts. So I would push back on that.
Am I living in the twilight zone?
She pushed back on that.
Yeah. Methylpyramid in your shampoo and suntan lotion causes cancer. And she's trying to push back that depleted uranium doesn't cause cancer? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Haven't they had, God, decades of information where babies are born with 3 arms and, 2 heads and leukemia just spiked and everything else?
Yeah, look at Chernobyl. Look at the people outside of Chernobyl. What happened to them?
How
Exactly.
dare
they just lie to us. Yeah. They just
How
lie.
dare the
Look, we had
Pentagon
another
put that
train
shit
derail.
out? But then in itself, there's the thing. It's the Pentagon saying that. It's the damage control from the Pentagon, and because it's a government institution, you're supposed to buy their bullshit. I hope that lady has a vase on her coffee table that's made of depleted uranium, so she can
why
prove
are they
to
doing
us.
this?
Why do you think they're doing it?
this,
Because
Oz?
we've become war
They're
criminals.
softening us up for the use of these warheads because we know they want a hot war. They're building bases in the Pacific. We're not backing off of giving Ukraine money. Soon they're going to be dropping. And the conversation will be depleted uranium and how much it affects the human body. And they'll lie to us more and be like, it's okay. It's not as bad as we always told you it was.
Biden gave the go-ahead on cluster bombs and depleted uranium 2 weeks ago. And that's a goddamn war crime, period. He should be impeached immediately for giving the thumbs up with that. So that bullshit's got to stop. I'm sorry, not sorry. Impeach that guy right now and say why you're impeaching him. Money laundering through the military-industrial complex, war crimes, all that shit. But no, he'll get out of office if he lives long enough after he gets out of office, and they'll rehabilitate him like they did George Bush and Dick Cheney.
Yeah, if he sticks around long enough, they'll dust him off and bring him back out as a hero, right?
Jesus.
So Elon, now I brought you guys this story like 4 weeks ago when that Rowan Farrow New Yorker piece dropped, where basically we were told that Elon turned off Starlink because he didn't want to go to war with Russia. And Russia pretty much said, if you don't do this, you are declaring a hot freaking war. So, we think that the president of the United States has the power to take us to war, but we're dumbasses because the real people who have the power are the Larry Finks of the world and the Elon Musk that control everything. And so Elon Musk says to request to turn on Starlink in Crimea came from the Ukrainian government in the middle of the night. We figured out that this was kind of like a Pearl Harbor-like attack. So we really asked us to provocate taking part in a major act of war. Now, you guys know I am not no Elon supporter. Definitely not. But thank God he's had the wherewithal to say, okay, you guys gave me all my money and I'm owned by you, but no, I'm not going to turn this back on.
Rachel Maddow would argue with you, and I think she's on cream of bullshit.
Do you know the Starlinks are going right over where I live this week, and people have been out there taking time-lapse photos of it? Oh, my gosh. What pollution do we have?
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. And satellite internet's the worst, too, by the way. But I bet it works great for the military. So
it's got to be better than mine. Yeah. Jesus.
So is this a video I'm supposed to play or what?
Yeah, I brought in Nico. So Nico's talking about how he refused to start, World War III.
So liberals are super upset because Elon Musk wouldn't allow his Starlink system to be used by Ukraine to potentially start World War III. In what could very well be the best marketing ploy of the decade, a leaked excerpt from Elon Musk's biography showed that Elon Musk blocked Starlink from allowing Ukraine to attack Russian assets in Crimea. Now, the reason that he did that was pretty justified. He got on the phone with some Russian military officers and they said there will be consequences and repercussions of a nuclear nature if you allow this attack to go down. So I can't believe I'm actually praising Elon Musk here, but thank you for not allowing World War III to go down, I guess.
Exactly.
Now, even though you and I might be appreciative of Elon making an executive decision, given all the information, and not allowing World War III to happen, Democrats don't seem to be all that happy about it. Both liberal media and liberal politicians have been like, God damn you, Elon. Why wouldn't you allow World War III to happen? This calls for an investigation. Now, as CNN's defense, I kind of get it. Ratings have been pretty low for them. So if I was a major media conglomerate, I would probably want World War III too if my numbers were in the tank. But more importantly, I've heard Elon say that he wants a peaceful resolution in Ukraine, but what I just learned, basically, is that Ukraine literally could not fight a war on behalf of NATO if it wasn't for your Starlink services. So Elon, if you really want to stop World War III and you really want peace in that region, how about you stop letting the Pentagon use your services and sell them to neo-Nazis? Just a suggestion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that could work, no, I'm not doing this anymore. But remember where Elon got his money.
Yeah.
From the Pentagon, he's DARPA boy.
Yeah, he is. You brought an Ian Jaeger here.
Well, did you see this week? The Freedom Caucus Republicans are calling for an end of funding to Ukraine or they won't vote to fund the government. Oh, isn't that something like the squad should do?
Well, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I am too. So do I stand with the Freedom Caucus, House Republicans? Yeah, I kind of do on defunding Ukraine. I do.
Yeah.
And we've seen them not fund the government for much less. So
I don't know. I've got friends who, say when I talk about Ukraine and me being anti-war, they say, well, this is where I disagree with you. We can't let Putin.
Yeah, right.
Putin's a madman and everything else.
Putin.
And I want to say to them, and I don't because they're old and, they have their opinions. What about anti-war don't you get? No war.
Yeah.
Period.
No war.
Period.
No war. And, the same people that have TDS have,
Yeah, it's
Putin
TDS.
syndrome too.
It's the
So.
Putin syndrome. They've got pills
Yeah.
for that now. I heard they have pills. This is from
I
our
heard that
executive
too.
producer who is still on vacation.
Yum, yum.
Linda did the yum yum.
I hope she's having a blast like I did.
I hope she wins. I think she went to Vegas or Reno. So.
Oh, that's right. She was going to play the machines.
Yeah. So I hope she has fun. Anyway, Hurricane Esther versus Typhoon Nancy.
Hurricane Esther versus Typhoon Nancy. One cyclone sister blows other out of the water. September 16th, 1961. On this date, the United States National Hurricane Research Project reduced the wind speed of Hurricane Esther 10% by dropping 8 cylinders of silver iodide into the eye wall, prompting the emergence of Project Storm Fury, a U.S. government-run project from 1962 to 1983 that used planes to fly silver iodide into cyclones. You see, Esther was scaring the denizens of Cape Cod because so many pleasure boats were losing their lives. Obviously, something needed to be done, and seeding the cyclone would need to be that something. On that same day, Osaka, Japan was hit with a storm that killed 173 people and had the strongest winds possibly ever measured in a tropical cyclone, Typhoon Nancy. Does it seem far-fetched to think the U.S. siphoned Esther's power for strengthening Nancy to hurt Japan? Today, it's completely plausible to think the United States would control the weather for their benefit. But it's equally plausible to believe they'd use the same control to harm others. Have you ever met the U.S.? If something seems like science fiction, the American government is doing it. Because I guarantee you they pull this kind of shit all the time, and it should surprise no one.
And they do pull that shit.
That's a conspiracy. Our
God. Where's your
government
tinfoil
controlling
hat?
the weather in 1962. That's so crazy.
I don't believe it. It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature, though. I got to tell you.
No, it's not.
If you had to be trapped in a TV show for a month, which show would you choose? And you don't choose that 70s show, please. Jesus Christ.
No, definitely not. I would choose the Love Boat.
You would? You would choose the Love Boat?
I would love to hang out on the Love Boat for a month. Are you kidding? It's only a month. I could do a month of Betty White and, the people from Fantasy Island. Yeah, they were on there a lot.
I would think I would probably choose The Odd Couple, the original.
The Odd Couple, the original.
Yeah,
Dexter.
I want to be Oscar.
Dynasty.
Yeah.
Nice. Star Trek. Bewitched. Yeah, Bewitched would be fun.
Yeah.
Dexter, definitely not. Were you going to get chopped up by Dexter? That'd be a little scary. Walking Dead. I watch all the Walking Dead stuff.
Kind of showing my hypocrisy here because I would like to be in the Blacklist just to spectate.
Oh, yeah. I'd do an episode of Blacklist for sure.
That would be fun. Now this guy, him and Vivek Ramaswamy, I think they have the same blood type, which is called BS. So Ro Khanna, you brought this. So what am I watching here?
Total bullshit. It's Ro Khanna. If his mouth is moving, he's fucking lying.
And he's peeing his pants because he loves lying on camera.
He does.
As a big power, you can't just take a little power or other country. Then it undermines the rule of law in the international system.
Congressman, to wrap up here, let me ask you a couple of political questions. You've endorsed President Biden's reelection. You're involved in, his, what did you call it? His advisory council.
Yeah. Now Kyle and I are on the same side, right? I saw the Kyle.
Crystal got on her neck.
I said maybe he's going to be on the advisory board.
Kyle's supporting Marianne Williams. You're not supporting her in the primary, so it is a very different position. But
that was just gross all the way around. You had triple gross there.
Triple gross there. I think Kyle
gross.
must have dressed Crystal that morning, I guess. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
What the hell? What is this all about? Oprah Winfrey's, is she walking it back?
Oh, you didn't see Oprah. Okay, so this week, of course, she put a video out at the beginning of the week, and everybody just piled on like, how dare you? You're a billionaire. You're disgusting. And it hurt her will fifis. And then so she had to go on her best friend Gail's morning show over on CBS Morning. And this is what she had to say.
God, you gave her 3 minutes, Shandy. You're kind.
It's gross all the way through.
Oprah, I want to shift gears a little bit and turn to the Hawaii wildfires and the efforts to help those in need. The People's Fund of Maui was created by you and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, in which you both poured time, effort, and millions to kick it off yourselves, yet and still it faced online criticism. I want to give you the opportunity to kind of give your thoughts on that.
Well, this is a really great point about being happier in the midst of an onslaught of being terrorized and vilified.
She was terrorized and vilified.
I will say this. I came out of this experience, I was saying this to Arthur this morning, with so much more compassion for young kids, because I was thinking, what if I didn't really know who I am? What if I didn't have the assurance
so it's all
of
about
Invictus,
Oprah.
that I am the master of my own fate and the captain of my soul? If you
It would have taken you down.
It would have taken. It will take you out. So all of the online,
online left
slander and
attacks, lies, conspiracy theories, really took the focus off of what was the most important thing, and that was the people of Maui. So this idea came about because
so gross, isn't
as
it?
you know, when you were
It's
there,
the
Tony,
worst.
I was on the
You can
ground
kill it
talking
whenever.
to lots of people, trying to figure out how do I best help. And in the beginning, it was just material things, dropping off generators and towels. And then I started talking to people. People really wanted their own agency. Gail's son, Will, sent me an article about...
I don't want to hear this.
I know, right?
Oh my God. It's all about Oprah.
It's all about Oprah. She was terrorized and, villainized, and the conspiracy theories. And regardless of the conspiracy theories and all the shit that's out there about how evil Oprah really is, it was about building her name. Anytime a celebrity comes and puts their face on a disaster, they're trying to get kudos and clout, right?
Yeah.
Oprah was bored, I guess.
I mean, the Clinton Foundation.
The Royals didn't do much for her.
The Obama Foundation, all these foundations, and they just built a foundation for Lahaina. So that money is going to be tied up in paying for the administration of the money. And are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Instead, they could have dropped. Rock's worth upwards of 800 million. She's worth 2.3 billion. They could have just dropped some hard cash. I would say it wouldn't hurt them, 10 million a piece. And
they get a huge tax write-off for it.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, that wouldn't be. In Oprah's case, I'd make it 40 million at least.
Go away is all I just want them to do.
It's just terrible.
You got your money. Why do you got to keep sticking your face in?
I wonder how she would have felt if her house burnt down with all of her belongings. She's got 50 other homes. Never mind.
Oh, she's got a blue roof. Oh,
shit.
She's safe,
Whatever.
I promise.
I've never had a lot of juice for Oprah except when she was giving away cars, and I was saying that's a great thing.
Until it backfired on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those people had some of those go back and pay taxes on, like they lost their cars, they had to sell them, like it was, no good deed goes, or no, the gift horse, whatever. But
no good deed goes unpunished. What do you have here?
Imagine being manipulated by the media that you think Liz Cheney and her war criminal father are good guys.
Oh my God in heaven! I can't believe this.
Oh, but the Democrats love them.
Republicans are red, Democrats are blue. Unless you're a billionaire, neither give a shit about you. I put that in there, and I thought it was quite the nice little thing. I'm going to keep that around. I had two of these, but I cut one because it wasn't necessary. And everybody's probably tired of looking at these. But I'm going to play this one again. And then
I haven't watched them. I don't watch a lot of Brie nowadays.
We're going to have one. We're going to just have short comments after this. But I watched this, and it was gag-worthy from the beginning. And Crystal and Kyle embarrassed themselves.
It's Crystal and Kyle on top of it. Total gag-worthy.
Yeah, and Brie just kicked the shit out of them, And I'm not a huge Brie fan, but she was absolutely right on here.
if it comes down to World War III versus that litany of achievements that you just articulated, there are people that, with the hindsight of living in the nuclear holocaust, would say, well, I guess that Trump actually was a better president.
Who's more likely to get us to World War III, though? I definitely think it's Trump. I definitely think it's Trump more likely to get us to World War III.
You're an idiot, Kyle.
You disagree?
Look at that. Look at her look.
Do you think that that's accurate? Because to me, I look at the record.
We don't know until history happens what history is going to do. I wouldn't have expected that under Biden we would have gotten in the middle of this war with Ukraine and Russia. I would not. That wasn't on my bingo card either.
Yeah, but we know that Trump was actually more hawkish towards Russia than
he built up on NATO's border.
My God.
We know what he did
because the Democrats said he was best friends with Putin.
Afghanistan. Biden actually did it. So we can evaluate these two claims. And we shouldn't believe anything that Donald Trump says about Ukraine.
A toxic. This is literally just a vote blue, no matter who a lesser two evils conversation.
No, it's a let's discuss the facts and how you weigh them
conversation. Oh my God! Shut up!
Oh my God!
Can be 10 times better than Trump.
This is so painful.
Let's concede that for the sake of argument. I'm not voting for him.
Thank you for shutting that off. I mean, that just gave me a migraine.
No.
But the logic of that is insane. Trump was more war hawkish. Why? Because the Democrats screamed that he was colluding with Russia for 4 straight fucking years, that he was in bed with Putin. So he had to look tough on Russia.
You and I both said time and time again on several different shows, if Hillary Clinton would have got put in 2016, that Ukraine thing would have started one way or another.
It was already ready. It was ready in 2014. It was building in 2015. You saw, Ukraine on fire, all of those documentaries. They were out there pushing, the good guys were the good guys. And yeah, then Hillary lost. So it went quiet. But it went quiet.
Trump
and they
didn't want to go to
war. They funneled fucking money through there. That's what the Democrats are like. Oh, well, we can't take Ukraine to war now. We will in 4 years. But hey, since we've got it, let's just run all of our money and shit through there. And that's exactly what they've been doing.
The Democrats have traditionally, over the last 2 decades, been the biggest war hawks there are out there.
Yep.
Hillary Clinton's one of them. You can't tell me if she hadn't if they didn't install her, if Trump hadn't spoiled it for her, that she wouldn't have immediately started that hawkish shit to show that she had bigger balls than her husband.
Well,
right?
I heard Putin have a history of going at it, right? Putin knows what she is. Yeah. And I'll never forget, it was right before the primary or right before the convention, I was at the Democratic headquarters and the vice chair was sitting at the end of the long table by herself. And I walked in and she said, well, it looks like it's going to be Hillary. And I said, oh, good, then we can go to war. And she looked at me and said, yeah, she is a little war hawkish.
A little.
A little.
Now you put this Pentagon shill in here for this one. What is she talking about?
I don't remember. If the Pentagon's saying something, they're lying.
Yeah, there you go. Oops.
Click to add the title.
Click to add the title. Let me see if I can get it to kick over.
We discovered inconsistencies in equipment valuation for Ukraine for a combined total of $6.2 billion.
Oh, yeah. Did you reface Biden onto the alien?
Honestly, I don't even know where that came from. I don't know.
God, it's great if you did it. I want to know how.
No, I didn't make it. I don't think I've even seen it before. So
wow, I must be losing my mind.
It was funny though.
Yeah,
Is that like a scene from Scarface? Is that what it was?
No, it's great. This they say that it's going to take $5.3 billion to rebuild Lahaina, and they found $6.5 billion that they sent to Ukraine again, and now he's wanting to send another $1 billion. What the hell is going on?
They must have looked under the couch cushions and cleaned out the dryer. That's where they found it.
And this is why people have been screaming to audit the Pentagon, because they're missing like $2 trillion. And they've never audited the Pentagon.
No, didn't Rumsfeld announce it the day before 9/11 on 9/10? He was like, "Oh yeah, we lost like blah 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 blah." Look over there.
Yeah, there's pallets of cash everywhere. And by the way, we're devaluating the dollar with every pallet we drop over there. So what the hell ever. You put this one in. I love this New World Order thing. I think I've used that dog. That's
funny. So make sure you thoroughly wash your vegetables. Come on, man.
Come on, man. You've got a Eugene V. Debs here.
Well, let's see. What is this? This is a picture of Mark Tarpenning and Martin Elbherd. They founded Tesla, in case you thought it was someone else. And it says, it's always worth reminding Musk fanboys that there are brilliant men who founded Tesla. Elon was just a series of investors who bought in, then sabotaged the company enough until these men were pushed out. And then he spent the next 10 years telling everyone he founded Tesla. Doesn't that remind you of Suits? You and I have been watching Suits, right?
Yeah,
and that's what they do.
Suits.
These big boards. They just take control of these companies and push you out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And let's see. Deb says, in this system, absolutely no man is secure. You're, what is that? Instinctively?
Instinctive.
You instinctively know it. Yeah.
Where are your glasses?
You instinctively. I know. I didn't put them back on. I'm sorry. You strain every nerve to educate your son and give him advantages over whom? Over the son of your neighbor. You are told everlasting that there's room at the top, on top of whom? On top of your fellow man.
Absolutely. Every billionaire today has gotten over on somebody else to gain their wealth. That's just a fact. And you know what? True. You look so hot with glasses on. I wish you'd wear them more often. They'd help you read those
Just because you
things.
said that, I'm going to start.
Yeah,
okay?
You do. You look great. Now, ask the chat. I think you look great with glasses on.
Well, the reason I don't is because I get the glare from the lights.
I know you
on
do.
them.
It hits them. That's why I wear these blue blocker things here.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't.
You bought me some blue blockers, but I can't see out of them because I'm blind.
We'll have to get you some prescription ones. Yeah, I see the little ring lights in there. Sabs, I did not bring any of the Peter Dow interview. What I did bring is Sabby's backing up what we have said about unions forever, ever since we started the show. I think one of the first shows we did, we talked about how corrupt these labor organizations were.
Yep.
But Sabby knocked it out of the park again here and this was from yesterday, but check it out.
Right here. I think we go back to 1 minute. Yeah.
It's for the companies. If workers in the non-striking plants take any action to support their striking brothers, they could be victimized because Fain has let the contracts expire. The decision of the UAW bureaucracy is not legitimate. It violates the will of the rank and file, which voted by 97% to strike at all three companies.
Violating the will of rank and file, what does that remind you of? That reminds me of the railroad workers. When I interviewed the railroad workers, what did they say? We did vote to go on strike.
Yep.
So once again, the rank and file were looked over. This is why unions should not be the last step. This is why you have to have worker cooperatives. This is exactly why, guys, because the union presidents, they get into bed with the politicians in the Democratic Party. They start going to meetings with them, going to dinners with them, lunch with them. And the next thing you know, they sell out the workers. So the union president, the UAW, told them, no. You were scheduled to go to work unless you were told otherwise, when they could have shut down all three companies at the same time.
It was taken behind the backs of the rank and file membership at the behest of the corporations and the Biden administration. It was announced by a president elected through massive voter suppression.
Did you hear that? By the Biden administration. So I told you, this is what I was warning people about. The politicians had their hands in here somewhere.
With the support of only 3% of the rank and file membership.
Oh my God.
Most workers never even received a ballot to vote last year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have real unions when you let the board, these hired assholes, to negotiate for you, because they're the ones that are partying with the corporations, the businesses that they're supposed to be representing you against. It's insanity. It's total insanity.
Well, we saw that very up close and personal in 2016 with the Bernie Sanders campaign. We were on the ground organizing with so many of the unions, and the whole entire body would endorse Bernie Sanders, and then the board would just say, F you, that we're endorsing Hillary Clinton.
The teachers,
and we saw it
the goddamn teachers union.
And over. The nurses, the teachers, the longshoremen, like, what are you doing? The people of the base of your union want this person, and you guys are just like, nope. And they rig it just like the DNC. They just make it to where it's top down. It's always top down.
I'm all for
Shout out to DC. I'm going to shout out this super chat. DC says, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Glad to see you back. Been missing the hell out of y'all. Oh, we've been missing you too. It's good to be home.
We really have. Like I said, last week I felt like, God dang, what am I going to do tonight? It's crazy.
I was having a blast, but when I got home, then I was like, oh, I want to go back to work now.
What are you bringing? Are you bringing AI robots to the
Wait, did you
games?
see this week? So AI robots infiltrated the Chargers season opener at SoFi Stadium to promote the 20th century, The Creator Studios. AI robots roamed amongst the crowd during the Dolphins' 36-34 win over the Chargers on Sunday. Now, I got questions, though, because I follow a lot of the AI tech, and they really don't have the legs down pat yet to where they're just out there walking around cruising the crowd. So I don't know if that's real or not.
Well,
Sophia doesn't even have legs yet, really.
Yeah, well, they can pose them and sit them and everything else. But, that's for programming human response at a sporting event. Is that what the hell that is?
Yep. Look, it's robots. How cool. So the new IRS AI program reviewing my taxes and scheduling my execution.
You want to shout out Brother Snarky there? Hey, Snarky, good to see you.
Snorky, good to see you. Missed the big one on Oprah. Didn't she lose all of her cash in the SVB bank failure? Yeah, we were told that, right? Nah, they don't lose their money. But unlike the normal 100K limit, Biden ensures she will get paid. That's so true. Biden does.
What do you got here? Big Pharma.
Sister Amber sent me this the other day, I want to say. So France banned sales of Apple iPhone 12 after watchdogs find above threshold radiation level. And, I've been reporting on this and following this for a long time. And it's true. Our phones are full of radiation. They tell you it's not harmful, but studies say different. And Amber and I, along with a couple of other groups, are coming together to host a meeting this at the end of September. Let me see. It's called Technology, Radiation, Health, and Your Future in Port Townsend, Washington. So if you want to cruise over on Saturday the 30th, there will be no B&B because we're going to be busy doing this.
Can't we just go skip it and go jump in the ocean, swim towards Fukushima? Or no?
Yeah, you don't have to even swim towards Fukushima. It'll come our way.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We have our Shitlet Book Club recommendations. I picked these out this week. And Grandpa voted for Trump, and there's Grandpa Joe there, and there's one of his grandkids. Fortunately, he's not.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. And then you've got book from the DNC, Death Cults, Complete Guide for Shitlibs. And there we go. There's their in their Kente warrior cloth there, and they're gonna they're
ready to go do battle.
They're ready to go do battle, and that's I gotta say, it's not a surprise. Now you brought this one. We are not going to play the video for obvious reasons. But
hey, you brought the video. I didn't even know there was video. So what if a candidate live streams sex acts with their husband? So politicians have always pushed society's sexual boundaries. The next taboo is bound to fall soon.
Well,
and she grinds a little on that one. I don't know if we can play it on YouTube.
I don't want to take the chance. It's just, But
what we saw Bobart getting felt up at Beetlejuice yesterday.
Yeah,
too.
You know what? Who hasn't been handsy with each other at a movie theater in the dark before?
That's true.
I mean, when I was...
But we live in different times now with infrared cameras, so you can't go in there and have the privacy you used to think you had.
Okay, so that means I can't scratch myself in places that I don't normally scratch in public, even
well,
though
it didn't work out well for Pee Wee Herman, so...
Ah, God, yeah. Well, I didn't say that kind of scratch myself. What's Maxine Waters got going on here?
Oh, my God. She tweeted out yesterday, many are worried that the judge has extended Trump's trial date. Not to worry. Trump can't run. Trump can't hide. They will be in prison by Ithaka by his side. So she's just, making the masses feel better. Don't worry. Trump's not getting off. And Trump lives in your dreams rent free. I love that meme. He does. He lives in their dreams rent free.
Can I cut this Paul Krugman one a little bit?
53? There's something even there?
No, there's nothing on 53. This is 54. I pulled 53.
Oh, is this one that I need to cut? Let me see how long it is. Why is my format not working?
I hate Paul Krugman. He is such an asshole.
Oh, this will piss you off all the way. Oh, yeah, I forgot to cut this one. Let's just play it like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And I really brought it so you guys could puke over Christine on my board.
The striking thing, if you look at it, is not just, the economic data have been surreally good. I mean, even optimists are just stunned by how quickly and how painlessly inflation has come down.
Oh, he's so full of shit.
No hint of a recession.
Isn't that such shit?
Never know, but so far. Inflation, not too far from the, the target of 2% and under 3% by most measures, and all of that just achieved painlessly. So this is great. This is a Goldilocks economy.
This is great. It's a Goldilocks.
People say it's a terrible economy. But what's really odd is that people don't behave as if it's a terrible economy.
What?
We can talk about surveys.
You're still buying lattes.
Relatively happy with their own financial situation, or we can just look at behavior. People are out there with a lot discretionary consumer spending, travel, hotels, restaurants. All of that is booming. So people are acting as if they're in good shape financially, and yet they say, "Wow, this is a disastrous economy. Somebody must be a disaster for somebody, but not for me." And
that's what you're saying.
We don't really understand why this is happening, but and I can come up with multiple stories.
Well, I'll tell you, it's not because of
Bidenomics. You can just stop it there.
It's not.
That guy is so full of fucking shit. We just got a report this week that said child poverty has doubled. 60% of American kids qualify for the poverty. What the hell is this guy talking about? He lives in his gated community. They all do this. Oh, it's not bad for me. So you guys are you're exaggerating. Come on. Yeah. You're still going shopping and buying food and shit. So what do you mean?
Well, so they don't shop at Walmart, so that's...
And Christine Amanpour, we didn't get to it. She totally kisses it. Oh, yeah, I totally agree with you.
I used to respect her, but man, she's terrible.
Oh, what? During the Iraq war when she was in there with her little helmet running around embedded behind lines saying, look at us. We're taking them on. Bullshit. I've never had an answer.
Okay, you got a Fox one here. I have no idea what this is.
Fox? I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's by Hunter Biden.
Bill Melugin, thank you. Well, it was highly anticipated, and now it has happened. The federal government has just filed an indictment against Hunter Biden on that gun charge. Our justice correspondent David Spunt has got the latest from the DOJ. David?
Hey, John and Sandra, 4 pages here. Hunter Biden, Robert Hunter Biden, indicted by the U.S. attorney, or in this case, special counsel David Weiss, based in Wilmington, Delaware. As you mentioned, we knew this was somewhat going to come because his office said it would happen before September 29th. We have 3 counts in this indictment. This is related to the purchase of that gun. Remember, back in 2018, we've been reporting on it for several years. Hunter Biden made a false statement. This indictment alleges made several false statements about the gun charge or about purchasing a federal firearm. He said that he was not addicted to drugs.
10 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Okay, I'm looking at Jake Gibson, our producer, is reading to me right now. The maximum penalty would be 10 years of imprisonment for count one, which is a false statement. So let me go ahead and read through this, but just to kind of summarize things here, this is only relating to Hunter Biden making false statements on a federal gun form that he was not addicted to narcotics when he had in his possession in Delaware a gun for just
That's what they're
over
going
a week
after him for.
back in 2018. Yeah. John Sander, this is not related to the tax cases involving Hunter Biden or any other potential charges. The special counsel said those charges relating to his taxes or lack thereof paying taxes could be brought in another district outside of Delaware.
What's holding
John
you up,
Sander.
asshole?
Oh my God, this is such a nothing burger bullshit story. It's gonna get fucking thrown out. He lied on a form when he was a drug addict, and he said he wasn't.
What about doing drugs, cocaine on the laptop?
Well, what about all the money that he took, and 10% to the big guy? That's the shit they need to go after him for. Yeah.
What are you guys trying to
but
sell?
Fox News was, just pissing themselves over this story. So they're as bad as CNN when it comes to that shit.
And I've got to tell you, I can't tell you how much disgust I have for Rachel Maddow. This is unbelievable. Now she's going to talk about Elon Musk turning off the faucet of the internet. Listen to this war pig.
Doing with them. The Walter Isaacson, much hyped biography of Elon Musk that comes out tomorrow includes a story about the Ukrainian military planning to launch an attack on Russian Navy ships in port in Crimea. And per Mr. Isaacson's account, Elon Musk personally took action to make sure the Ukrainian military would not be able to do that. Mr. Musk making sure that the Ukrainian military could not use his Starlink satellite internet network, which is what Ukraine uses for connectivity on the battlefield, to advance that operation. He got personally involved to make sure Ukraine had its hands tied in battle. It's reported in Mr. Isaacson's biography. It was first reported by The Economist in October. Then last month in the New Yorker,
we knew this.
reporter Ronan Farrow
new.
reported more detail about how Elon Musk has been stopping Ukrainian forces from using this crucial supply line, from using Starlink in Kherson and Zaporizhia and Kharkiv and Donetsk and Luhansk. Musk has been geofencing all of those places in Ukraine, fencing those places off from the Starlink satellite network, deliberately to hamstring Ukraine's military, deliberately to stop Ukraine defending its territory in this war against Russia after Russia invaded them. So, not to get too simple here, but
you are simple.
Like, Mr. Musk is American. He's an American citizen. And it is the explicit, out loud, not at all hidden, totally overt, totally emphatic policy of the United States government to support Ukraine in its war against Russia after Russia invaded them. We provide Ukraine, our ally, lots of military aid and training and intelligence and all sorts of other assistance. They are our ally in that war. But there's this one American private citizen who is intervening to try to stop Ukraine from winning the war, to try to stop
because our government gave him that power
against this Russian invasion, trying to stop it and, in fact, stopping it by turning their communication lines on and off at will as he sees fit, or as someone sees fit. Because here's the crucial thing. In Mr. Isaacson's new book and in Mr.
Oh my God, that is just so vomit worthy. For one, wasn't he born and raised in South Africa? I think he has dual citizenship with Canada and South Africa. He might be an American citizen now, but what a disgusting war hawk. And this is information that we have known. We put it out there 6 months ago when we first heard that he turned it off. And then, of course, in New York, it's just the liberals have now opened their ears enough to know this. But they gave him the goddamn power. Our government has given Elon that power.
Well,
they act like he stole it from him or something.
Glenn Greenwald sums up that segment by Rachel the War Pig Maddow. Listen for yourself and see how fascist these people are. And I mean fascist in the classic historical sense. Not online speak for not a Democrat. Maddow thinks all U.S. citizens are duty-bound to make themselves and their property available to serve U.S. war policy.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I got to say. When they gave the president, when Bush, the war powers to have a war anywhere in the world that they damn well wanted was the biggest mistake. And it wasn't really a mistake. They wanted to do it.
They did it on purpose, just like when they shoved the Patriot Act down our goddamn throats, just like when the towers fell.
So
it's all been lined up.
Don't try and school us on fascism, you damn bitch. And she is. I hate her
She
guts.
is a fascist.
She's terrible.
There's a bigger point to this new book about Elon that the biographer sat down and got the impressions from his family members and the people closest to Elon about his and Amber Heard's relationship. Now that shit's noteworthy because basically they called her the fucking Joker. She was nothing but destructive. She just destroyed everything she came into contact with. So I felt that's the most interesting stuff I've heard from quotes out of that book so far.
Sorry, I got a little bit heated there, but she is the reason why she's helping people die. And I don't know how monsters like her and these other news in league with war pigs can sleep at night. Anyway, what do you got here? Who's this guy? This guy looks familiar.
Well, as we're coming into fall, of course, this is not hot summer nights any longer. These are crisp fall nights. I had to remind everybody that pumpkin spice is coming out.
Christ.
And if you go stop by Dunkin' Donuts and you get yourself one of their pumpkin spice lattes, this is how much sugar you're getting in it.
My friends, this is a pumpkin swirl frozen coffee. Who the thought it was a good idea to put this on the menu because this drink has 185 grams of sugar in here.
What?
How much is it? It's this much. It's 46 teaspoons of sugar. To give you another perspective, the amount of sugar in there is equal to 14 glazed donuts. Plus, there's no pumpkin in here. It's artificial flavors. There's 12 mentions of sugar and high fructose corn syrup in here. There's 930 calories and 194 carbs. 2/3 of us are already type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic. If America runs on this, we're
You're fucked. You're fucked.
So yeah, stay away from the pumpkin anything.
Then and now, remember those things? Those little blue dot cubes? I remember. I used to sell them. That's how damn old I am.
Oh, those were flashes for your camera,
Flashes, yeah. Now you got this little doohickey that you could put to your smartphone, but most of them have the flash built in. So
yeah, I have a couple external ones for when we're on the road.
We're about at the end of the show, guys, but we have a hell of an outro tonight. I think you're going to enjoy it. You brought this one. I remember 1974 is when they started shrinking candy bars down.
And it's gotten bad the last couple of years.
Really
Shrinkage has been really bad the last couple of years.
Really bad. All wrapper and no candy, which I don't eat it anymore because I can't, but there you go. That's what you got. And you've got...
Well, and I love this meme. Just a couple of fellows on their way to watch Matlock at 4:30 senior special at the Golden Corral. Why are their pants up so high? Why?
Yeah, that's me.
Is their ass up that high?
No, my ass isn't up that high. It's just my pants. I can't maintain a steady weight, so it goes up and down. Stoner Corner.
Stoner Corner. We were too young to realize that Slowpoke Rodriguez was always high as fuck. And maybe I'm not meant for anybody. My soulmate's probably a blunt.
I love that one. That one's great.
My soulmate is definitely a blunt.
Now, this one, I'm going to put this, I don't put this up every week, but yeah, Hollywood, go fuck yourself. And I'm not talking about the striking writers and actors. I'm talking about the bastards that are getting them into a position where they're losing their homes and they're not supporting them. Again, this needs to be a workers' co-op, but you've got the unions here, so we support the unions, right, on this one?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to do two things at once. Speaking of Hollywood.
It's okay, Boomer.
Now, Shanda, is this Mickey Rourke or is this Kathy Griffith? I can't tell.
That freaking video you sent me of Kathy Griffin today, what the hell? Somebody stretched her face on too tight today.
Yeah, I know. What did you say she looked like?
I go, she looks like she's ready to defend Middle Earth. She's had her ears done. How? It's so weird. She has almost like
dwarf ears going on.
Dwarf ears or something. Yeah,
it's terrible. Terrible. Now, Drew Barrymore, you already covered that a little bit, but there's another bent to this.
Oh, yeah. She's going to start her show, too. Of course, she came out crying about it. And she's got the same stance as Mar. There's other people that need to go back to work, but she's just as rich. And it's all about not wanting to lose their show or their audience. Because when you go on vacation or you go on hiatus, you lose your audience. Your audience starts to go away and they find different things to do during that time slot. And that's exactly what these people are thinking. They're not thinking about the people that need a job. And let's see, Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny threatened to resign immediately if Candace Owens joins the panel of the poo.
I'm all for Candace Owens joining the panel of the poo. That needs a little bit of a shakeup. I'm so sick of those shit libs.
I agree.
They're terrible. They are terrible.
Joy Behart's head would explode. Are you kidding?
I heard she's 80 years old. Did you know that? I didn't know she was 80 years old.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I heard that over on Jimmy the other day. And I was like, no fucking way. But, it just goes to show if you got money, you can look good for a long damn time.
Don't buy me plastic. Okay. You brought this
Make me plastic. So cool apology. Still helping studios screw over everyone in the film industry. yeah, that was meant for Drew Barrymore.
No kidding. And we have a Fee Says here. And this is a video version, right?
Yeah, it's not too long. This was over on RT the other day. So NATO is running drills all over the world because, hey, we need a hot war.
Fee's going to kill us for having that freeze of her, that shot. That's not the best shot.
I didn't do that. RT did that.
RT did that.
RT did that shit to her, so she needs to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, she really does. Fee, tell your producers to knock that shit off. Here we go.
Yeah.
When it comes to contradictions, the U.S. seems to be winning gold medals. On one end, Washington claims Ukraine is ready for peace talks, but on the other, their every action points to a dangerous and growing series of escalations. That's as NATO is reportedly set to stage its largest military exercise since the Cold War era next spring. The titled Steadfast Defender combined arms drill in Germany, Poland, and the Baltics is expected to involve some 41,000 troops, 500 to 700 combat air units, and more than 50 ships. The exercises are reportedly designed to stimulate a clash with a fictional coalition named AUKUS, but according to NATO officials, the mechanisms are seen as a tiny key part of demonstrating to Moscow that the alliance is prepared to fight. The news came just days after the U.S.-led bloc launched a massive naval drill in the Baltic, not far from Russia's waters.
7, soon to be 8 NATO allies border the Baltic Sea, so the area is of crucial importance to our alliance. Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine has radically altered the security situation in the Baltic Sea, and NATO has substantially increased its defensive presence in the region at sea, on land, and in the air. Exercises like these send a clear message that NATO stands ready to defend every inch of Allied territory.
Fee's killing it. Fee's killing it. She's getting it out there. So if you wake up tomorrow morning, it's World War III, you know why now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Russia. I live in the Northwest. We put a little weight on coming into winter. You got to stay warm. I see it.
That's it, Shanda. That's the end of the show.
Pick a festival. I was just at a festival. And I got to tell you guys, if you join me Monday morning for Trailer Park Pundit, I've got a very special, 12-minute video of my adventures while I was on vacay. Cool. And of course, I went to a festival. It turned out to be an amazing festival, but so many festivals go wrong. And I kind of want to cover that because at the same time I was at a good festival, there was another festival in the country called the Blue Ridge Festival. That was a total fucking shit show. And these festivals are fucking dangerous when they go wrong. And, I haven't been to one in a long, long time. It's probably been 15, 20 years since I went to a festival. And you don't even think about that till you're there and you're in those big crowds. So I want to cover that on Monday morning. I got a lot of good stuff for the deck that's been building up over the weekend, and we're going to have a good time. I'm excited to be back on Monday.
Well, I'm excited to see you Monday morning. I know everybody here in the chat is too. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We had great numbers tonight. And we're not about the numbers, so it's really nice when we have so many people in here coming in and checking us out for our Beauty and the Boomers.
A little stressful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I couldn't pick one of those festivals, by the way. I mean, they're all great. I mean,
gosh, I know. I would choose. God, I'd probably choose Festival 2.
Yeah, I'm going to let you pick mine because you know which one I'd choose if I had to.
Oh, God, no. Festival 4. Never mind. I want Festival 4.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see Janice.
Okay. Mine isn't Festival 4. Which one is it? Which is mine? Mine is not Festival 4.
Which one's yours? Okay, hold on. Yours is 1.
Yep. Got it.
It's because it had Jethro Tull. That's why I guessed it.
I know. And you know
you love that jam and flute, man.
Yeah, I do. I really do. Anyway, thank you, everybody, so much. We hope you enjoy this outro. Shanda, it's great to be back with you here. I couldn't do these shows without you, so when you retire, I'm done. I'm done. So.
I'm not retiring until you retire.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully it won't be too soon. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Hope you have a great night. I think, doesn't Uncle Warren have a show tonight? I think he does.
The Super Secret Show? I think it's on after here.
I think it is. So there's our shout out. And I want to thank Uncle Warren for shouting us out. We really do appreciate it when he does that.
Oh, nice.
So here we go. We've got, what do we have? We've got Dreams and we've got...
Van Halen, right?
Van Halen and oh God.
Yeah, I forget who the second one is, but you'll know the song.
You'll know the song. I've got brain freeze. I've been watching it. I did the editing this morning. Good night, everybody. I can't speak anymore. I've got to call it a night. Thank you so much.
We'll call it a night. See you Monday morning.
Have a great evening. Love you guys.
You have to look for the light through the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose. Now I'm feeling the strain and in a shame. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, yeah. Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. Outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you to carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Coming through to soothe me. Thanks for the joy that you've given me. I want you to know I believe in your song. Yeah. Rhythm and rhyme and a harmony. You help me along, made me strong. Free my soul, wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, yeah. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.